everybody? So pretty excited here. For a while there, I was not really sure what was going on with the engine. I wasn't sure what it was going to take to get the engine working right, and if it turned out that the piston rings were bad or something worse or something, if the engine was bad, I was going to scrap this whole project. I'm just not in it that much. But if you saw my last video, then you know that the engine is running, and it's running like a hot scalded dog. So I'm pretty pleased, and that means I can divert my attention back to some of the aesthetic things about this boat and start planning it. And Jennifer's pretty excited too. We got a color scheme picked out and got some graphic ideas and some things we want to do that aren't going to cost an arm and a leg. And I'll make another video about that though, about what all we're going to try and do to make this thing look like a newer, more expensive boat. But in the meantime, I really want to be able to use this boat for the rest of the summer. I'd love to get the kids out a couple times while we still have hot weather. We probably got another good 2 months of tubing and skiing weather left down here in the south. So there's some things that badly need attention just so we can get the boat usable. And I'm not gutting all the rotten wood yet, but I definitely at least need to get the engine cowl back on, cover it up, get all the seats to be functional to where people can ride and sit in it. And other than that, she floats the hull strong, everything's good, bilge pump works, so we're just gonna go through some cosmetic things and a couple little bitty things. I'm gonna put some band-aids on right now. Right now, the focus is the back end of this boat. Y'all may have seen before, I actually had all this put together and seats on it. I don't remember if I shared a picture or not, but I got a lot of rot back here. As of right now, I couldn't even put the seats and cowl back in. So you got all this right here is rotten. It's real bad over here. I'm probably gonna get rid of all of this plywood and replace some of this stuff with just some old scrap pressure treated 2x4s I got laying around. The plan is we're gonna pull this whole back wall out and we're gonna put a sun tanning deck over this engine. So what I do right now is just gonna serve the purpose of getting this cowl back over this engine. The cowl is sitting right down there. Sprinkles already did a little upholstery work on it and cleaned it up. So I just gotta mount it, and I got a seat sits right here and a seat sits over there, so I can comfortably bring 8 people out on the boat. So that's what we're working on right now. So if you're in for this ride and you want to see what all we're doing with this boat, I really appreciate that you guys are with me, and I'm about to dig in and get some of this stuff done. So y'all enjoy. Sorry guys, the camera stopped recording about 4 minutes into that little build process, but this is what I was building. It's just a quick and dirty frame to fit the cowl and the seats. The whole, since everything in the back was rotten, I just used all the old pieces as templates and I'm using 2x4s instead of plywood. This plywood actually is not treated at all, but I don't really care because this is just a quick and dirty fix so we can use the boat for the next couple months while we still have good weather. Now, as I showed y'all before, I got this piece of plywood that I put down just to cover a soft spot in the deck. And I built this back wall with this 2x4 across the bottom. The point of that is to hold this plywood down flat. There's a big spot right here where it don't want to sit straight. So once I get this thing in here and I push it all down, it should hold everything tight. And then the cowl will sit right there in the middle, and there's 2 seats that go on the side. So, oh, I'm out of breath. Now I get to pull this thing back out and carpet it. Yay! Arguably one of the best bottles of rum you can get for under 30 bucks. Take that to the bank.
Yar, like a pirate.
I might edit that out later. Well, it needs to be cleaned, but I got back seats again and a functioning engine cowl, which is great. Thanks for tuning in.